I didn't have a place. And I remember thinking in my head, I'll find a place. I'm just going to say the city and the date and the time. And it manifested like that. I manifested like that. Why? Because like energy attracts like energy. That means you are a speaker. You are like a universal homing beacon. Woo, woo, woo. Like you are putting out sound waves and vibrations into the universe. Why do you think you're on this call with me? Why do you think I'm resonating with you? Of the 2% of people in the world that like are awake, that are alive, that are aware. Think you are. Like you're here, and if you accept where you are and accept full responsibility for your life at this moment and just decide, some amazing things will happen in your life. Amazing things. And once you stop just trusting the process, right? Because we as humans, we get confused, right? We're like, wait, I'm confused. Someone's confused. You should be clapping. They're about to have a breakthrough, okay? Start changing the meaning for things. You know, seriously, just start saying, okay, I'm here now. I am with it. Right? Like over there for it. But that doesn't mean that I'm only going to be happy when I get that goal. No. You're happy now. You're enjoying the process. You're falling in love with the process of life. Fall in love with the process of love until you love you, right? Like the secret is so simple. You gotta love you. Like you gotta look in the mirror and be like, I do. Right? Look, I had some pretty messed up stuff happen to me as a kid. And over this past weekend, right, I went to a seminar called I Breakthrough. And we got to do this meditation where I got to go back to the moment, like where that child was walking. And I had that child touch her heart. And I told her that everything was okay and that I loved her and that she was beautiful. And it was like a major breakthrough for me, man. And that's the cool thing, right? Like the more you grow, the better problems that you have, right? Like the more you grow, the stronger your emotional muscle becomes, the more you can tackle the problems. Like I blocked out a lot of things that happened to me because have you ever like went blank, like blocked it out, like totally you cannot remember a situation because it was that terrifying or that painful? That's what I did. I completely blocked it out. But I remembered it over the weekend because I was strong enough to handle it. The universe will never you can't handle. The universe, listen to these words, allow them to soak into your mind like water to a sponge. The universe wants you to have what you want. The universe helps you. The universe will help you. You need to be great though, right? Like you get what you are. You get what you're feeling, right? You get what you're feeling. You're going to get what you're feeling. It's just like an instant, amazing attraction. And I started to feel gratitude. Did you know gratitude has the same effects as Prozac and Wellbutrin? That. And so anyway, I booked this seminar and I remember I had no space for this seminar, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. And it was May 2nd. And I remember I said, okay, $99. My name's Carolyn Rim. I'm going to be speaking in Media, PA. I sold 40 tickets in 1 month to an event. 40 to an event with no venue. And then finally, like a week before the event, people actually never got the address to the event, Carolyn. And I was like, I know, it's coming. I'm like, oh shit. And so I remember calling my boss and reaching out to people. Anyone have a vacant space that I could use? And my boss at the time ended up having a building that he let me use. And it was like an incredible, incredible seminar. And I was on stage and it made me feel good. And I really trusted myself, right? And like just like even the website thing, never allow, write this down. a lack of resources. It's always a lack of resourcefulness. It's never a lack of resources. It's always a lack of resourcefulness. Do you know what that means? That means I built a website, right? Because I knew I needed to bring people to a place to find me. It was $5,000 for a website. I didn't have $5,000, but I had me, myself, and I. I spent 80 hours building my first website in 1 week. I was up day and night. It was like I was on fire for my dreams, right? And like, you're gonna fall down. Like during this process, trust me, I stumbled. And desire is something that, and a pattern that I was in was like, this weekend was totally transformational for me, right? Over this past year, to get back in my comfort zone, I go to my ex because he's familiar, right? Like so when I can step out of my box in my career, right? Because don't you dare think that just because your life coach is your life coach that they don't have problems. Every single person in the world has problems. If you've got a pulse, guess what? You got problems. And that's a beautiful thing. Problems are a sign of life. Smile if you got problems. That means you're alive. Oh shit, I got a problem? All right, I'll take care of this. I got this. I'm aligned. I can do it. Problems are a sign of life, right? And as you grow, the problems get better, right? Like the problems get better and better and better. It's amazing what you can make when you believe you do something. I know there's a very special quote, and I'm going to say it because I really want you to understand this, and I really want you to allow it to seep past the subconscious mind, because there's this point in your subconscious mind. I am are 2 words. I am are the most powerful words in the universe. Do you understand that? So I am a motivational speaker. I am a life coach. I am happy. Like, talk about saying it with some passion. Like, it literally seeps into your subconscious mind, right? Like, your subconscious mind can't tell the difference between something you imagine and between something that's really real. So I started to imagine the vibrations. Like, look, see my physical state? You guys notice the state when I start to talk about it. I get alive. I get even more intense with it, right? I started to imagine, and I could feel the vibrations in between their feet and the floor. And I could feel the vibrations all the way to the center of the earth, into the core, that I was so grounded on that stage, that I belonged on that stage, that I knew that I was helping the people there. Because they say that motivational speaking is like or public speaking is one of the greatest fears out there, right? But for me, I love it, right? Like, it's terrifying and exhilarating, right? Like, I remember there was a voice. I don't know if anyone's seen the video. It got like 30,000 views, but there was a voice in my head that would say, "You're a joke. You're nothing. Who the hell do you think you are to change the world? You're not going to make a difference. You think one person can make a difference? You're part of the masses. There's millions of people out there. What makes you special?" Makes you not special. Who are we to shrink? Like, as Marianne Williamson would say, who are you to shrink and not frazzle those around you? Like, it's not your darkness that scares you. It's your light. It's your light in your heart, right? And so for me, this past year has been transformational. In my pocket to a waiting list to coach with me. Like, I literally have 6 people that are like, "Hey, can I talk to you?" And I'm like, "Nope, I don't have time right now. Hit me up next week." Like, I'm talking about creating that space where you own it. Like, I own this space right here. Like, yes, step verse and feel my the strongest, most compassionate. It's first, right? Albert Einstein, love is the answer, right? Be vulnerable. Most people think being vulnerable is a weakness. Vulnerability equals love. And love is the strongest force in the universe. Your greatest weakness is actually your greatest strength. So I want to get share. I'm just going to check the screen here, the time. Yeah, I definitely want others to share, Edwin. I want to ask others to share. So I'm gonna close it out with my life right now is not. It never will be. But I've never been happier in my whole life because I wake up every morning and I say, thank you for another chance. Thank you for breathing. And then I start to love me. I start to make myself breakfast. I start to work, take care of myself. I start to get to my feminine, right? Start loving you. If there's one message that I want you to understand, if you want to be successful, if you want to make a fortune, start you. There's a beautiful quote by Zig Ziglar. Will take care of me for you. So wherever you are in your life right now, whether it be with your finances, whether it be with your relationship, whether it be in just wanting to make something amazing happen, start to cultivate that love within yourself first, and you will become a luminescent. My name is Carolyn Rim, and I'm a rock star. Thanks for letting me share.
Awesome, Carolyn. I'm going to open up the lines, guys. I want you guys to clap it up for Carolyn. Let her know how much you guys love she's a freaking rock star, guys. So, like, let me open up the lines. I want you guys to freaking clap it up. If you guys enjoyed what she just had to say, her life story, it's touching, guys. And let's open up the lines. I want you guys to let her hear it. Let her neighbors know, like, that she's a badass. All right. So I'm on the lines, everybody. All right. 1, 2, 3. Woo!
Fucking rock, Carolyn!
Yes!
Awesome. Awesome, guys. Look, guys, when I reached out to Carolyn, well, actually, she reached out to me because I guess I was posting in my group, and she was like, who are you? Like, who are you? Whatever. And I was like, and I just told her, like, I was like, I'm just a leader. I'm just trying to give back, and this and that. And eventually, she saw one of the calls, and she was like, I want to be on next week's call. And I was like, well, next week I'm going to UPW, so I can't, I couldn't get her on the call. But I told her I'm gonna set up a date for you this day. Just from what I've seen, from what I know from her, from what I've seen, she's someone that always brings to the table. She always over delivers. She's someone that brings that energy, brings that passion, brings that inspiration that gets you to change your life now. I mean, how many of you guys feel like, you know what? I just listened to Carolyn. I'm gonna go change my life now. So I know yeah, you guys can raise your hand. Everybody, we all got the little shift that we got from her. She's changed her life, surrounding herself with the right mentors, persevering. Despite little setbacks that happen along the way, a lot of things are always going to happen to us, right? A lot of things are always going to happen along the way that's gonna try to sidetrack us. They're going to try to take us, make things happen in our life, right? So I want to let you guys know that, and I know you guys have a lot of questions, a lot of comments that you guys want to make. So I'm gonna keep everybody, unmuted, and I'm gonna have anybody jump in if you have a question. How did you feel about having that flat tire? How did you feel transforming, being in the pavilion too? How did you feel about coming back home and then your husband saying, you know what, my wife never got off the plane, something like that. If you have any questions, all these little things are little questions that we need to, we want to soak this in our subconscious mind. We're going to soak this and, say, what can I do right now to make my life happen? What can I do right now to make a shift in my life? What can I do right now to make that change right now in this moment and make it permanent so I can make it happen, right? Surrounding myself with people like Carolyn is what makes me passionate, what makes me, live my life at this level. People ask me, but Edwin, how is it that you're going to keep the passion and the determination with the group and your community? It's not even a question. Surrounding myself with people like Karen, surrounding myself with people like people like on this call is what makes the difference. If you're here on this call at this moment in time, you guys are rock stars. You guys are freaking awesome because it says that you care about yourself, you love yourself. So anyway, having said that, If anybody has a question, for those of you that have comments, feedback, questions, I'm going to leave the lines unmuted. I want you to go ahead and hop in, all right? So let's go ahead and everybody's unmuted, so just go ahead and hop in.
Hey, Carolyn, I had something for you.
Okay,
You just left it all on the table. You're just a fucking rock star. That is awesome. Edwin, you're the same, man. You're just awesome. And I've been 50 years old. I was telling bullshit stories to myself for 50 years until I saw Tony Robbins, UPW. And it's like I was just renewed. I just was born again, and all this stuff starts soaking in, and it's just great. And the biggest thing that the message from you was like, I love me. Instead of telling all these bullshit stories to myself, I love me. Can I ask you, Carolyn, how do you keep yourself? What other things do you use to keep yourself motivated? Like, do you use vision boards or anything like that? Just gonna show us. Awesome. Cool. Awesome.
I don't mess around. I have a vision board because I believe that what you focus on, you feel. I don't watch TV anymore because I don't want to be programmed anymore. And people telling me what I should do and how I should feel and how I should drink the 9-to-5 Kool-Aid and how you need to take medicine because you're depressed because you got a divorce. Fuck that. You need to work out. You need to go sweat it out and lift some. Like you gotta take care of yourself. You gotta eat healthy. Like I just had some Greek yogurt right before the call with some almonds. Like that shit's healthy, right? Like this is all new to me too, right? It's only been in the past month. Energy on putting the right foods in my body and exercising, because exercise on this call to stand up and do 10 jumping back jacks and then sit down, you would instantly feel better. Why? Because there's a rock star equation, right? It is movement, mindset, motivation, right? That's it. Like you need all three in your day. And as long as you start doing that, like things, it has a ripple effect in every area of your life.
That's great. Thanks.
Thank you, Mark, so much.
You're back.
Hey, Carolyn, it's Andrea Martinez. How are you?
You're on the call.
Yay. Hey, Carolyn, I've been following you for like ever. And, today you've just actually given me the courage to be like extremely vulnerable. Because I don't want to get into my story because that's just really all it is. But I could tell you in my journey this past year, I've been pushing myself, little by little. And all the time, I see your posts or your videos and, like I expressed to you that you give me that push to keep myself like back in line. And I have to tell you, I've discovered in my story is that I'm not worthy. And what I wanted to share with you the last time I saw you in Philadelphia, which I'm so grateful that I even in that moment when I was taking pictures of you and all the beautiful souls that I was surrounded with, and y'all invited me to be in that picture. And I said, no, I'm a photographer and I love to take pictures. The deepest level of truth, Carolyn, I spoke with Yasmin about it later on. I told her I discovered that I'm not worthy to be in that company or in that picture. And but in my journey, I'm beginning to learn how to love myself and to be that worthy person, because I'm afraid to step out to be who God has envisioned me to be. And when I see you, girl, you just light me back on fire. But, I still have my fear of being that worthy person. But in your strength, I gain strength too. And it's just, I'm still battling that, worthiness, but I know it's there. But thank you. And I love you so much, so dearly.
Oh, gosh, Andrea. Edwin, I just want to step in here just for one. So much for sharing. And I just want to say that last night I had a breakthrough with worthiness, right? Because it's our deepest fear. It's our deepest, two most universal fears are that we're not good enough, or that we're not enough, and that we won't be. Andrea, you are a soul. You just light up everyone where you go. And when you said that you didn't want to be in the picture, I remember thinking to myself, there's no effing way she's not going to be in the picture. Like, she's a rock star, right? Like, and it's funny, sometimes to us, we see someone who is so bright and beautiful and amazing that we're like, how can they not see their worth, right? You're like, how can they not see it there? But it's within ourselves where the true breakthrough lies, Andrea. And you're running a pattern in your mind, right? And there's something that you're doing in your life that for me, and I'm just going to share, husband left, I turned social media on, and that's how I received love. When I didn't, so Andrea, this is me getting vulnerable, right? Because I really don't want to share this right now too. In order for me to feel love, I get on social media and I tell, my followers to tell me how great I am. That's fucking sick, right? That's fucking sick. No, we shouldn't be laughing about it, right? No, I agree. Like, because I can laugh at it now and be like, wow, like that was a sick pattern I had, huh? Like when my husband left and I didn't feel like I was getting my needs met. I instantly went back into a different vehicle to get my needs met. Every action that you take is okay. So Andrea, somehow for you, notice this pattern because I love you and I've been on. Notice this pattern with you though. Somehow this feeling that you're, it's a way that you feel. It's a way that you feel, right? That feeling. And so it's getting your needs met, and most likely for certainty and love and connection, or some of them. So what I say to you is you are worth it. And I'm so grateful that you shared on this call, because you just sharing that, I mean, really guys, just give her some love. I mean, can we just raise our hand if like her vulnerability was strong? Like everybody's hand is raised. Like, seriously, vulnerability makes people take in, right? Because when we're vulnerable and we get a positive response, you start to build emotional muscle. That means when, Andrea, next time you go to step outside your comfort zone like you just did, positive response, you won't stop. You'll never stop stepping out of your comfort zone, right? And so I put my hand on my heart and I honor you because you're a warrior. You are a warrior. You have been through so much, woman. On this call can probably imagine, right? Like you and your wife have been through so much. But what is a warrior? A warrior is alone. A warrior fights. He isolates. It's time to bring peace, inner peace, to within. So I'm sorry. I know I go off on tangents. I'm so sorry. Okay, I'm going to lock it up. Locking it up. Carry on.
Thanks for bringing it up, Andrea, and thanks for the you know, that's the truth. I mean, and like we said, you know, she dropped. If you guys were taking notes or not, just let that sink in. What Carolyn was saying. We have to, like choose, like she said at the end, we have to love ourselves. And as soon as we love ourselves, nothing can stop us, guys. As soon as we love ourselves, and you know, like I you know, something that has changed my life, it says questions, you know, Andrea and everybody else, questions. Do I wake up in the morning and say, damn, you know, how, you know, why am I so ugly? Or do I wake up and say, damn, you know, why am I so sexy? Why am I so delicious? Why am I like you start to think, you're like, well, I am this. And then your brain finds a way to answer it. So Andrea or anybody else on the call, ask yourselves a better question. You know, maybe in that moment, obviously it's already happened and you feel more grateful now and you're a rock star today, but always see how I can ask myself a better question. Whenever I'm feeling down, I say to myself, I catch myself. I'm like, why am I not doing this? Why am I not enough? And then I'm like, that's BS. You know, how can I make this happen? How can I love it? How can I do this? And how can I enjoy this even more? How can I do this? And so the questions that I'm asking myself is what's directing my focus. And then, so Andrea, I'm so grateful you shared. I'm so thankful you shared, and we all want to make sure we always direct our mind. And how's the way to direct our mind when we're feeling like shit? Right? Is the focus, the little question we ask ourselves, the little person on our shoulder that's saying, you're not enough, you're not enough. You're like, shut the hell up, boom. You slap that person and you ask yourself a great question, right? And get yourself in that moment, right? So I had noticed here, Liz, I think I'm gonna open up the line for Liz. I think you wanted to share something else. I don't know if it was related to Andrew or something additional. So I'm gonna unmute you as well. Let me see here, Liz. All right, Liz, I just unmuted. If you wanted to share something, I don't know if it was a comment, a question for Carolyn, or something additional that you wanted to add on to what Andrea said, or anything additional. Go ahead, and I just unmuted you right now. So,
hey guys, this is Liz. Hey,
how you doing, Liz?
Good, thank you. I just want to share with you guys. You know, I know Carolyn's story, and I've been following him for a long time. And thank you for everything that you do. You are really awesome. And I can relate to what you're going through, what you've been through. The only thing that I can say is that remember to yourself, what people say about you is a reflection of themselves, not a reflection of you. And that is something that I had to repeat to myself every single day. I am Muslim. I am not from the Middle East country. I am a US veteran, and I still receive hate here living in the United States. So the way that I have to program myself is to realize that that is not a reflection of me. People don't know me. People don't know that I am kind, that I am loving, that I am really an awesome, generous, amazing human being. So when people comes to me, looking at me like I am weird or like with hate in their eyes, because you can feel the energy. What I have to tell to myself is that is not a reflection of me. It's a reflection of yourself. It's not that when you feel that you are putting yourself down, think what you bring to the table. Don't look in the rearview mirror. Stop looking at the rearview mirror. Look in front. Look at what you're at right now. And love yourself. And guys, you know, I love you, Andrea. Please, I love you, girl. Especially this goes for you. Stop looking in the rearview mirror. And that is something that even you told me. So know where you're at right now. You're a very loving person. I know you. I love you. And that's it, guys. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, man. You have anything to say, Carolyn? Well, I mean, honestly, to me,
well, yeah, I mean, of course, you cannot give me the stage. Do you understand? I'm a speaker. I could speak for 6 hours right now. Liz, you're like, let's go a couple in your mind. She said that every single way you're relating to something is actually a way that you are relating to yourself. That means if you're judging someone, guess what? You're judging yourself. That means if you are, you know, looking at someone with hate, you're hating yourself, right? Everything with love, because if you see love within everything, right? Because from all pain, greatness can come and must come. You understand? Like Liz, like, yes. To the stars. Like, just spot on, Edwin.
Awesome. Thanks, Liz, for sharing. Again, like you said, we have to love ourselves first. You know, we can't listen to the BS that's out there, you know, sometimes, and we have to make sure we control what's going on through our mind. We control the thoughts that are going through, right? And so thanks for sharing so much. And I think I think it was let me see who had raised their hand. Okay, right here. I think it's Matt, I think. It's MD Smith. So I'm going to unmute you. You have something to share, a comment, a question for Carolyn, a breakthrough you had, and something that you're going to apply today. I just unmuted you. So if you have something you want to share, go ahead and share what you want to, MD Smith 101. So I just unmuted you. You go ahead and share.
Yes, and I just wanted to put out there, Carolyn she came into my reality, it was either day 2 or 3 of UPW Dallas, and it was just brief. We didn't really conversate. I remember I stepped outside to check my voicemail, which I didn't even have my phone on, but I just thought, well, okay, I needed some fresh air. It's out there for a long time. And I got my phone out because I was expecting a job interview call, and I remember she was standing out there. She was telling someone that it was right after her coaching session where she just quit smoking. I do remember talking about that, and I just remember it took a few months after EPW before I realized who she was, but I remember her presence. I'm like, this person wants something. She's curious, you know. And I remember saying, she said I said I was from PA, and she said she was flying back to Philadelphia. And I didn't see her until after a couple months on another forum. Yeah, but the thing is, she stayed curious. You know, she didn't quit, at the first blockade. You know, I'm proud to say I bought, the first tickets to her seminars. You know, why? Because, she stuck to her guns, and everybody on this call, everybody that somebody, when I've done it and I've seen people put themselves out there for what they want, resources are usually waiting where I'm headed. I didn't know any of y'all a year ago, and I have my own story that took me to UPW. I didn't buy it out of curiosity. I had a situation thinking, all right, I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what I'm going to do when I get there, but this isn't going to happen one more day. And, I'm getting ready to go to Florida here in the next couple of weeks. And, blessings are waiting for me. I don't know who they are or what form they're coming in, but I feel them. And, and that's all because of this. I was willing to put myself out there. I knew what resources I was looking for, and they materialized. They always have, and they always will. I just want to say, Carolyn, we're very proud of your journey. You've taught me and a lot of other people a lot of valuable things, and we're quite confident in you. Keep giving us the gift to be in you. Thanks.
Oh my God, Matt! I just want to say real quick, Matt. He owns this community called Mastering the Tides. Actually, Mastering the Tides and Spark Your Rockstar community. I'm going to put the link in the chat. Please join if you're already not a member. Both of those communities. I know you're already part of Edwin's. If you're not, we'll put what it is it's just another form of a positive peer group, guys. The more you surround yourself with positive people like Matt, like Edwin, like Mark, like Liz, and Andrea, the more you surround yourself with people that are loving you for you, right? Amazing things will happen. I'm going to end with this quote, right? And then I'm going to give it back to Edwin. I would be hated for something I'm not. I would much rather be hated for something that I am than something that I'm not. So be true to your heart and just really just allow yourself to shine. Go ahead, Edwin.
Awesome. Thanks everybody for sharing. And I want to thank Carolyn Wren again. Thank you for coming on this call. Thanks for dropping, the nuggets of wisdom that you dropped on here. And I feel like I have a couple of extra things I can apply to, you always continuously learn. Sometimes you think like, Tony Robbins, he's the man, he don't have to learn anything. He doesn't have to go to a seminar. That's BS. Carolyn Wren just went to another seminar this past weekend, changing life. I have seminars booked to go learn. I'm constantly listening to an audiobook. I don't listen to TV either. I'm not being programmed by anybody else. So I want to let you guys know, thank you guys for coming on this call. For being on this call, you're telling yourself, you know what? I'm worth it. You're telling yourself, you know what? I love myself. I won't settle. I won't settle for the BS that's out there. I won't settle for, what other people have plans for me. I'm going to create my own life. I'm going to create the own vision that I have in my life is going to come true because of what I'm going to put to the table. Nobody else can tell me that. And I'm the one who's going to come and make it happen today. Right. So I want to thank you guys for being on this call. I'm thankful for you guys being on the call. If you're not in the group, join the group. We have our weekly calls on Sundays at 11 Eastern time, and then 8 a.m. in Los Angeles, 4 p.m. London. And let's make it happen, guys. You guys are meant to do beautiful things in this world because you already have what it is that you need to have inside of you right now. So thank you guys for being on this call. I'm so thankful. I'm so grateful that you guys made this call, and I look forward to speaking with you guys soon. All right.
Let's give Edwin a huge round of applause.
You're awesome, Carolyn.
Oh, I love you guys so much. Hold on, we gotta shake our asses out of here, Edwin. And do you mind if I pick this song?
Yeah, no, definitely. I was looking forward to it. So.
All right. Pick the song live. Now, from your favorite girl in Philly, Who knows what song I'm gonna play?
On that phone.
All right, ready?
Oh.
All right, ready?
Go
get some, guys!
Carolyn, this was the week of the anniversary of it coming out.
Rocky! Woo!
Awesome, guys.
Thanks, Edwin. You fucking rock.
All right, guys. Talk to you guys soon. I hope you guys freaking had a fantastic day, and have a great rest of your Sunday. All right. I hope you enjoy this with your family. Enjoy it however you want to enjoy it. Look forward to talking to you guys soon. All right.
All right. Thanks, Edwin.
All right. Talk to you guys later.
Thanks, everyone.